And there came a day unlike any other, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars Comics Daily from Scorcher Hill, hosted by Brian Keown and Matt Wood. For Scorcher Hill, this is Star Wars Comics Daily. I'm Matt Wood.
And I'm Brian Keown.
Welcome to episode, I don't know why my voice shot up, 161 of Star Wars Comics Daily, Lando number 5. Lando number 5 was released October 7th, 2015.
The writer is Charles Soule. Artist is Alex Maleev. Colorist is Paul Mounts. Letterer is Joe Caramagna. And the cover is by Alex Maleev.
This is it. This is the last issue of Lando.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, I'm not looking this up, this is just going off of memory. I'm pretty sure that Charles Soule's next Star Wars project was Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And I don't remember liking that one.
Yeah, I definitely haven't read it in a long time, but I don't know. I barely remember what happened, but it seemed like it was some kind of weird story.
Do you think, and we haven't even gotten into the synopsis or anything, but do you think Soule sticks the landing in Lando?
For the most part, I wish there been a sequel, because we'll talk about Lobot is left in a bad position,
Yeah.
which I assume he's in. I mean, it seems, having watched Empire Strikes Back this week, he seems like he doesn't talk, he doesn't have any kind of personality, so it feels like he's in that position. But it's a bummer that we haven't seen, or at least I don't remember ever seeing what happens to him next, if Lando ever does cure him.
Yeah, so I was looking at this, and it's a discussion that we can have towards the end of this. What is Star Wars Uprising?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I remember this. Star Wars Uprising was a free-to-play mobile game that came out during that Force Friday the first Force Friday.
Yeah.
That big push. Apparently there is some Lando or some Lobot in that. So we'll talk about that towards the end.
Okay.
This is Lobot apparently during the events of Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
And stuff like that, yeah. But why don't you tell me what happens in Lando number 5 while we're here?
All right. Chaneth starts to set the Imperialis self-destruct sequence. Lando and Corrin protest as they are still on the ship, but Chaneth explains that she was either to capture the thieves or destroy the ship. Chaneth offers to take them with her when she leaves, and is about to finalize the sequence when Lando tells her that Lobot is in a back-to-tank on another level. She stops, and Lando tells her that if they pull Lobot out of the tank now, his implants will take over. Alexin and Pavel show up all of a sudden. Everyone is surprised when the cat people talk, and they explain that their voices are sacred to be used only among their people. Anyone else who hears them talk must die. Pavel offers Corrin the knowledge that is in the Sith artifacts, and Corrin agrees. She takes the helmet in her hand and is taken over by the Dark Force, just as Alexin kills her. Chaneth blasts the lock on the door, sealing the cats away. She activates self-destruct, and she heads off to get her to her ship, while Lando heads to the med bay to get Lobot. Lando and Lobot run right into Alexin as Chaneth contacts O66. He tells her that the ship is about to be destroyed, the mission is complete, and he leaves her behind. She then turns to face Pavel. Lando tells Alexin that if he gives them a chance, Chaneth can deactivate the self-destruct. Lando says that he doesn't even know which way to hold a blaster, so he can't be a threat, right? Alexin agrees, and Lando blasts him, killing the cat. Lobot thought that Lando hated the blasters, but Lando says that is just a bluff. The only ones who know different are dead.
Nice.
Yeah. They meet up with Chaneth, who has killed her own cat, and Lobot tells them that to get him to an interface, he can unlock the escape pods. He does, but it takes the last out of him, and the implants take completely over. As they shoot away, Lando promises to cure Lobot, and the word cure activates a message from Lo. The message tells Lando that he is a natural leader and he should find something to believe in and use his power for something better.
Old buddy, you're better than this.
Yeah.
So, Han Solo never knew Lobot.
I would assume. He certainly doesn't acknowledge him at all in the movie.
Yeah. And there's no Lobot in... That, you know what? I'm just going to say it. Even though Solo 2 is never going to happen, I would love for it to.
Yeah.
And probably the only reason why I'm saying that it's never going to happen is because I have a history of being very wrong about these kind of things, and I would love to be wrong about this.
If they did a movie, they could probably get Donald Glover back in, but it feels like it would probably be something more that would do as a show, and I don't know if they could get him. Maybe since Mandalorian's doing so well, and if Obi-Wan does well, maybe they could, but
yeah,
because they are getting kind of big stars for that stuff. So
they're doing Cassian, and that was the thing that never felt like, okay, that's never going to be a thing.
But yes, I would 100% love more Solo stuff, and if it was like, here's when Lando meets Lobot and that kind of thing, that would be awesome.
I not only do I think that Lobot should be in whatever sequel Solo produces, I think he should be a major plot point.
Yeah.
I want to know what exactly his deal is.
Yeah, because the other thing in this that they kind of hint at but don't straight up say is that he seems like he was in a relationship with Channeth Cha.
Yeah.
Because she's all like, because it's not, she doesn't say because of Lando, she says because of Lobot.
Yes.
Yeah. So that would be interesting too. And I know that she shows up in some of the Darth Vader stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So I hope that is the thing that's when you asked if this worked. I think it works because it makes me want more.
Yes. Okay.
I would love a sequel to this series where it probably would have to take place after Return of the Jedi, but where Lando is trying to fix Lobot.
Man, I think this thing did so well that we're never going to get a sequel to. I think it's what Heather told us all those months ago.
Right? Yeah.
When it's something that's so good that they will not make it into a comic because, well, you can't.
Yeah.
It has the potential to be a movie.
Yeah.
Channeth Cha, I think, is an interesting character. I don't think she's a great character.
Well, I don't think there's much to her yet.
Exactly.
We need more. And the only reason, honestly, that I even remember that she was in Darth Vader, because just coincidentally, when we put Lando #1 out the same day, Charles Soule retweeted something about her and said, "Oh yeah, I used her in Darth Vader." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So I don't even remember being in that. So
yeah,
I'll be interested to get to that.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's certainly room to do it. Because Soule's writing Lando again in the Star Wars comic.
Yeah, that's kind of why I hope that we get to that. Because that's the time period we're in right now. I hadn't even thought about that. But yeah, you could totally do the Lobot stuff in that book.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like that's your opportunity.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not that actually happens, or they let him, or whatever, that remains to be seen. But you have to imagine...
I would think. I can't imagine they're like, oh, we got to save Lobot for something. I mean, surely Lucasfilm doesn't care that much about him.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Maybe the pre-stuff of this, maybe they would want to use that for some sort of Solo type thing, but surely.
There's not a Lobot Black Series figure. Feels like there should be.
Yeah, you would think, since there was a figure back in the day.
And there was the 40th anniversary of Empire.
Yeah.
Seems like that was the opportunity, but oh well. How unfortunate for Ugnaught women to be bald.
Yeah, and I mean, at least for fools like us, indistinguishable from males.
Right, exactly. Like, that was the whole thing in the Two Towers. Like, dwarf women look exactly like dwarf men.
Yeah, they have beards, but I think they at least have boobs and stuff.
Well, yeah, but I mean, dwarves are so squatty that maybe you can't tell, and they wear so much heavy clothing you can't really tell about the boobs. I don't want to talk about dwarf boobs.
You brought it up, dude.
I guess I did. I'm glad the kitty cat people died.
I guess they were kind of interesting. That's another characters that I would be kind of interested to see what their deal was, but we don't get it hardly at all. Just that little bit where they talk about they were going to adopt a baby and stuff.
Yeah. It's just enough to make him, yeah,
it's
sympathetic.
A character point.
Yeah. Corran. Do you think Corran becomes corrupted when she's handed the helmet?
that's the one part of this comic book that I don't understand because, like, hey, Corn, you want to be with us? Here's the helmet, and they hand the helmet, and she definitely sounds. She speaks as if, yeah, we're gonna have to change. I mean, she could have been faking, but then they just immediately kill her. Like, what was the point of that?
Yeah.
If they wanted to turn her to their side, that would be. I could see that, but if they're just gonna kill her, why even waste time?
I don't like how Korn dies. I don't like how the characters react to Korn's death.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know.
Yeah, Lando definitely doesn't seem to care.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot going on, so maybe he just doesn't have time to care.
But it's a character that's, featured prominently in all 5 issues.
Yeah, and pretty interesting.
Yeah, so...
No, I agree. It's a shame.
It's a bummer. There could have been something more there, but that's sad. The great thing about Star Wars, you just shoot at the door panels.
Yes.
It works
that seems
every
like
time.
Right. That seems like a major design flaw.
Right.
But like you said, it's definitely a staple of Star Wars, so I gotta believe it.
Yeah. You just blow it up. Yeah. And also, apparently, lightsabers can't get through those doors that easily.
Yeah, well, they're on the Emperor's ship, so I mean,
Oh, he would definitely have that. Yeah.
Right, it would definitely be designed to hold off Jedi if you need to.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, we got interesting things about Lobot coming up.
Cool.
Is the only reason why Chaneth Chaw beats the one-armed kitty person was because they were one-armed?
I guess it's one of those deals where it's we don't really see what's going on because she does say, well, I can see that you're using the lightsaber, but you don't know how to use it. But I know how to use my knife, so you're screwed. Mm-hmm. And then you don't see the rest of the fight.
Yeah.
It's that thing where the fans voted that Wolverine had to be able to kill Lobo, but they didn't know how to do it, so they just throw him behind a couch, and Wolverine comes out, and Lobo's gone.
What is that?
One of those Marvel DC crossovers.
Wolverine killed Lobo?
I don't think he killed him, but he beat him. But Lobo, I mean, you can't. When he bleeds, he regenerates from that one drop of blood. So there's no way you can beat Lobo. But
it's kind of the same with Wolverine, isn't it?
Definitely not. He can't regenerate from one drop of blood.
I thought that was the thing that someone did with him.
I don't think so. I mean, he's been almost completely destroyed before, but. Yeah. But yeah, so yes, it was a thing where you got to vote who was cooler, and
of course Wolverine's gonna win that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The only people that will vote for Lobo are like just contrarians.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely people who don't care about Marvel comics.
Yeah, but those people also. If you're the kind of person that's gonna say Lobo is cooler than Wolverine, you can get out of my face. Like, I'm sorry.
There's a lot of people who do not like Wolverine. There's a lot of bad Wolverine stories. There's probably more bad Wolverine stories than there are good ones.
Oh, absolutely. There are. I understand that. But just in every category, Wolverine is cooler than Lobo.
I don't know. Lobo's got a cool space motorcycle, and Wolverine does not have one of those. Lobo loves space dolphins, and Wolverine has shown no predilection towards space dolphins.
I don't even know what that is.
Lobo does love space dolphins, dude.
Okay, so is that an old school thing, or has that been a...
I don't know when they last used it, but I remember that was definitely a thing. Like, if you want to get on his good side, come up with some space dolphins somehow.
Oh my god. That's so stupid. But, okay.
I mean, I will say, there are... Once again, same with Wolverine. There are plenty of good Lobo stories. There's probably more bad Lobo stories, but Lobo can be cool.
Lobo has not been exploited the amount that Wolverine has.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah,
he did kill the Easter Bunny though. Wolverine's never done that.
Oh my god! Who wrote that?
Or no, the Easter Bunny hired him to kill Santa Claus. That's what it was.
Oh my god!
That was Keith Giffen.
Okay, well, Keith Giffen, co-creator of Lobo, so I guess that's J.M. Dementis also?
No, I don't think he was involved. I think
Keith
it was just
Giffen and who else?
Well, I don't know. I don't remember who the artist was. It was some Omega Man story, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, I'm sure plenty of people know, but I don't.
Man. Lando's cold-blooded, dude. Just shoots that kitty person right in the chest. I get it. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he has to, man.
How do you not take the lightsaber?
Well, because Janeth put forth a pretty good argument that no, you can't take anything because the Emperor finds out
right.
any of this stuff, then he's going to know you got it and he's going to kill us all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he can't be taking Darth Maul's lightsaber. Come on.
I'm guessing this is where that helmet... The helmet is destroyed. Here. I know it shows up as a big plot point in the...
But that's before this.
But that's before this, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because, the ship blows up. I mean, you could probably argue that maybe the helmet was durable enough that it didn't get destroyed and somehow floated through space and ended up somewhere.
I don't like that.
But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this helmet has shown up again since.
Yeah.
That's a story for maybe the current Star Wars story book. I don't know.
Yeah, that takes place later. So yeah, it's also been a while since I read those Charles Soule Darth Vader comics.
Same here. Yeah, I don't remember how it ended up there either.
Yeah. Maybe I'll find out when I finally play Vader Immortal.
Oh yeah, because it's part of that too.
I think it is. I think that's right.
I think so too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame about Lobot.
Yeah, very bummed. Lobot is the breakout star of the series, I think. And
Absolutely.
He just gets turned into a mindless robot guy.
Okay, well, let me tell you about the end of Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Lobot helps evacuate the city.
Right.
Follows the Empire. Lobot is captured.
Makes sense. Yeah, because Lando, when they're running, he's you evacuate the city and basically leaves it in Lobot's hands.
In 4 ABY, the rebellion against the Empire won a major victory at the Battle of Endor, in which Emperor Palpatine was killed. In the following month, the Rebel Alliance reorganized into a new republic, which continued to fight against remaining Imperial forces. Bespin, still under Imperial control, was subjected to the Iron Blockade under the order of Governor, it's a stupid name, of the Anode sector. Lobot, still present on Bespin, relayed messages through the blockade to Calrissian, who had been promoted to a general in the Republic following his departure from Cloud City. At one point during the blockade, Lobot hired the pirate Kars Tel Korea to capture Borgen Ka, an Imperial collaborator, and extract a code needed to open an access panel connected to someone's personal chamber, blah, blah, blah. Lobot and an intrusion team would apprehend the governor. Rather than being part of the act, the pirates said to treat it as a favor. Despite their efforts, blah, 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 eluded capture. Okay, that wasn't nearly as much about Lobot as I was hoping. Sorry, go ahead.
This is all legend stuff, right?
No, this is... No, I'm not giving you legends. That's from that free-to-play app game that I don't think anyone played. They came out in 2015. I'm sure plenty of people played. I'm sorry if you were a big Star Wars Uprising fan.
Probably so, but so that basically is not acknowledging the idea that he's just a robot now.
I think he's still very much a robot at that point.
Okay.
Around the time of the Battle of Jakku, Lobot accompanied Lando as New Republic forces mopped up the remaining Imperial holdouts on Cloud City. When Lando remarked that the Empire had left Cloud City in a mess, Lando responded that he would look into rehiring staff immediately. I wonder if one of those is supposed to be Lobot and someone.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Lando then told Lobot to make sure that they hired refugees, since Cloud City was inundated with expats and evacuees who needed work. As Lando went to deal with Imperial holdouts in the Bolo Tonga room, Lobot informed Calrissian that his friend Princess Leia Organa was expected to give birth soon, and that he had forgotten to send a nuptial gift. At Lobot's insistence, Calrissian agreed to think of a gift to send to his friends. Lobot followed Calrissian as they approached the Bolo Tonga room. which was surrounded by several wing guards and New Republic soldiers. Lobot stood by Calrissian as the Baron Administrator, convinced the Imperial troops to surrender. This is not as exciting. Lando bought him a blaster. Lando toyed with the idea of sending Leia's child a lamp. Lobot disagreed, and they decided to give him the blaster instead. Lobot vetoed the idea when Lando suggested they should go and share some drinks. Lobot responded that he did not drink. So my view is that Lobot is still not a changed man.
Okay.
And I'm sad to think that Lobot probably died somewhere between Empire's End. Wait, is that what that looks? Yeah. Aftermath, Empire's End, and
sure.
Rise of Skywalker.
I was looking. I don't see Charles Soule. Doesn't look like he's writing one of the certain point of view books for the Empire. So, or one of the stories.
Yeah.
Like that would be interesting if he did a Lando or Lobot story, but I guess he's not.
Somebody's gonna be doing Lobot.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like, how do you not?
But it won't necessarily tie into.
Someone's gonna be doing Wilro Hood, of course.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a Veers story. Piet.
Sure. Austin Walker is doing a Dengar story.
Oh.
Dengar and IG-88.
Austin Walker.
I don't know who that is. Just I'm looking at this. There's the 6 names that they're like, these are the big names. Like, I don't even know who these people are. So I'm looking at one of the press releases on Star Wars. So yeah, it's from June. So it's probably been updated some since then. But I don't see Charles Soule on the list. But
Austin Walker is one of those guys that works for, or that used to be on Giant Bomb. It's like a video game website. He's all right. I didn't know that he was really a writer.
Sure.
But hey, whatever. But there you go. But yeah, it seems like Lobot's still broken. Surely Charles Soule's going to fix that. It's his to fix, I think.
For sure.
But if he doesn't, and when we're called up, Brian.
So was all that from that video game, or was some of that from the
No, that last part about the blaster and all that was
I was
Empire's End.
Yeah, that sounded like it. So, yeah.
I
don't know. You could probably go either way on that story, though.
I think when it ends and he's saying that that he doesn't drink, I think that's a sign, because he drinks in this comic.
Does he?
Yeah, he drinks at the very beginning. Remember when they're at the bar?
I was thinking he didn't, actually. I don't know.
Now you have me doubting it. I know he was at a bar, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, I remember that. Yes, because they started a bar.
Yeah. Lobot has a little martini glass.
That's true. He does. I see it now.
I think that Lobot used to drink, and Lando is trying to get that.
Well, that's one of those. There's wiggle room there. So if Charles Soule does do a story that changes them back, you can still work it around it.
Yeah.
There's plenty of reasons for somebody to decide not to drink, so it doesn't have to be because they got turned into a robot.
You know what? Let's make a point when this episode comes out to tweet out Charles Soule and see if we can bully him into giving us something. And if he says that he has nothing, we will ask him kindly if that we can pick up the Lobot ball
Right.
if and when we ever get a Star Wars Marvel deal.
Sure, I'm sure that'll happen.
I'm sure it will. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Star Wars Comics Daily. Make sure you join us next week as we look at Star Wars 40. I think we have a very special guest on that episode, the second issue of the Empire Strikes Back adaptation, so you don't want to miss that.
Thursday we'll be back with Vader Down, right?
Yeah, we start Vader Down next week. That's right, because this is the end of the Lando miniseries. So yeah, Vader
That's
Down
exciting.
Number 1, and then it bounces back and forth between Star Wars and Darth Vader.
The first Marvel Star Wars crossover.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yep.
Mike Diodato artwork.
Yeah.
So that should be exciting. That's going to wrap it up for this week. From Star Wars Comics Daily, I'm Matt Wood.
And I'm Brian Kim.
And until next week, may the Force be with you.